And we're back on the Lily Pad podcast. My name is April. I'm your host. And today, or tonight, it's a really special episode because I'm looking at a young man who I have known for over 20 years. Scott, thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm super stoked because now we're just going to get right into everything
All
here.
right,
Because, so I got the unexpected text from you over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to hang out. So the brilliant mind that I am decided to have you come over to the house and bring you to the basement. Is that a better way to word it?
No, it's not better than lair. No.
So basement and lair are out?
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
All right.
Lounge.
Lounge. It is a lounge. It's very cute in here, don't you think?
It's very loungy.
Yeah. Well, it's really good to see you because it's been, seeing you, this is probably the second time in the 20 years I saw you, but like you said, 6 years ago? Something like that?
About that.
Yeah, so, we're going to probably talk about all kinds of things, but two in particular that we've already kind of been talking about is the fact that you have been in the Army for a very long time. And obviously, spare us a lot of the details, but what it's been like all these years. Because you have a family and you've traveled and you've seen the world, really, with them and even on your own with, the military itself. I mean, what has it been like? Have you actually really had any downtime? Are you always on the go? Or do you always travel?
Well, there's always downtime. But yeah, I mean, I've got an opportunity to do a lot of things. The Army's given me the opportunity to do a lot of things that a lot of people haven't. I've seen Hawaii. I've seen the Middle East.
We'll have to go back to Hawaii in a minute.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
We'll circle back.
Korea.
I forgot about Korea. You were there for about a year?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of different states.
Mm-hmm.
My kids have got to see a lot of these things. They've got to travel on like military planes and.
Oh, that's cool.
So I mean, we've done flights coming from Hawaii back to the States on Air Force C-17s, and so they've got to.
Now, I have no idea what those look like.
It's just a big cargo plane, but they transport people in them too.
Oh.
And so we just kind of brought sleeping bags, and the kids, once we took off and we were in flight, they laid their sleeping bags out, and the whole floor of this thing was wide open, and they got to just hang out.
Well, they must have been kind of exciting for them, because kids love that kind of stuff.
Plus, we were coming back to the States to go to Disney, so.
Oh, well, geez, they were happy no matter what
they
were,
was the,
no matter where they were.
The added excitement of that, but it was actually pretty cool to fly on it.
Yeah. Now, you have 7 children.
I do.
Right, and 5 girls.
5 girls, 2 boys.
All right, so the gods smiled on you a couple times.
They have, and a granddaughter, so.
We don't know what to call you yet.
No.
Nanu, Grampy,
no,
Pa, I don't know. What would you...
I don't know.
Does Dawn know what she wants to be called?
Yes.
Grammy or something?
It's Hawaiian.
Ooh.
Cuckoo, I think is what it is, or something
Cuckoo?
like that. Yeah. Cuckoo and Tutu. That was what the Hawaiian one, but I said, no, you're not going to call me Tutu. We have to find something different.
You have to wear a tutu at the same time.
I don't have a problem with that, but I just don't want to be called Tutu.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, no, that doesn't work for me. So
now, your daughter, the oldest daughter, the one who had the baby,
mm-hmm.
she's still in Hawaii, isn't she? Or did she move with you guys? I wasn't sure.
She moved away before we left Hawaii. She moved to Oklahoma with a friend of hers who she was friends with this girl, and that girl was married to a soldier, and they got divorced, and so she moved with her back to Oklahoma.
Oh, all right.
And they're not really friends anymore, but she still lives in Oklahoma. I don't know why, but
well, she likes
does.
it.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, so that's my oldest, and yeah, I was just surprised that she actually left our house because I thought she was going to live with us forever.
Kind of like I do with my mother.
Yeah.
Because I'm a loser.
Yeah, so sad.
It's really sad. A little bit of pathetic sprinkled in
there. Yeah. Just mix it all together.
It's a nice blend.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah. So, no, it's really, that's awesome. Like, I mean, like you said, you've seen a lot of, how many states do you think you've lived in?
Well,
I mean, you can guesstimate.
Some of them I keep going back to, though. I've been to Alabama 3 times. I've been to Colorado.
That was one of the ones I couldn't.
Yeah,
Colorado.
I've been to Colorado twice. Texas now.
That's awesome.
Virginia, Washington, D.C. area.
All really good states to check out. I mean,
a lot of history. There's a lot of history anywhere if you look for it.
True. Yeah, you just have to use your eyes and you'll find something.
Yeah, but yeah.
But as we were discussing earlier, when we were gorging on mom's sauce,
It's delicious, by the way.
yeah, it really is good. Oh, yeah, it's really good. But Hawaii, I mean, I would always love to move to Hawaii or
I don't blame
vacation
you.
Hawaii. But in what island? You were on the Big Island?
We were on the big. No, we were on Oahu.
Oahu.
The Big Island is Hawaii, the island of Hawaii. Oahu is where all the military is. You have Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast
Really?
Guard.
I need to live in Oahu.
They're all in Oahu. That's also where Honolulu is, so it's very touristy.
Mm-hmm.
But you can take flights to all the other islands.
That's okay. I want to be where the military bases are.
Yeah, you're in the right place if you go to Oahu, though. Go to Honolulu, land, because all the flights go into Honolulu. It's the only international airport there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, actually, that's not true. I think they can go to. Depending on where you fly from, you can probably fly directly into Maui too. But yeah, you can go island hopping and go to different islands and check them all out because they all have different things. The Big Island is a lot of there's volcanic activity there. They have Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa. You can actually snowboard there. It snows.
Really?
Yeah, because they're the highest peaks. So if you measured from the base of the mountain, I'm not sure if it's Mauna Kea or Mauna Loa, is actually higher than Mount Everest because most of it's submerged underwater. So it's actually from base to peak is higher than Everest.
Everest is gigantic.
But yeah, you can go there, you can snowboard, and then you go to Kauai. Yeah, and you can go to the beach too, and they have the black sand beaches there. And you go to Kauai.
No,
and
I don't. I've only seen it on television.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But Kauai is all waterfalls, and they get most of the rain, and that is an absolutely beautiful island.
You fly helicopters.
I do.
So you obviously did that in Hawaii. That must have been breathtaking.
It is. And in the winter, you fly over pods of whales because they all come up there around January, February time frame. That's where they, in the winter months, they come up there where the waters are warm and there's lots of food. So you can fly over and look down and see pods of whales in the water. It's pretty cool.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's amazing, though. I mean, it's quite a lifestyle.
It is.
And it takes a strong family and a strong family unit to travel the way you do, because where you go, they go.
Yep.
For the most part.
Yep.
Given the age, obviously, if they're old enough to, fly off, they do. Wow, that's insane. And you'll be retired at some point because, like you said, in a few years.
Yeah, I got a few more years to go.
Now, would you go back to any specific or, so look, when you retire, would you be going back to, say, Hawaii, or do you have any idea where you would want to land at that point?
I'm at a point now in my career where we're talking about that, where we want our forever home to be, but we just don't know yet. Got a few more
I had a
years.
dream about you guys.
Yeah.
That you
What was I wearing?
Nothing but a scrunchie.
All right. I didn't even have anywhere to put a scrunchie. Oh, wait, I do have somewhere. All right.
And it's warm, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Right around the corner from me, actually.
Oh.
And it was funny because I don't know where your kids were, but it was you and Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, if you come out of my street, you take a right, and you start going down this one of the houses right on the main drag there. And you guys live there. And I was like, wow, they're like my neighbors.
All right.
So great. And that was a long time ago, but I completely forgot about that until just now. So you never know.
That's right. You just never know.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't come back up here. I love home. Don't get me wrong. Nothing against New England, but
Yeah, I think that is one of the things we did decide is we probably won't come this far north.
yeah. I mean, you've been in warm weather for so long.
Yeah. Alabama, Texas.
Now, Alabama's probably really humid, isn't it?
It is.
Real humid.
Yeah, it's very humid.
My hair would love it down there.
Yeah, no. My hair doesn't even love it down there. Can't do a thing with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those.
Yeah, even now.
Yeah. But Texas is it's hot there, but it's dry heat. Alabama's hot, but it's humid.
Yeah, well, see, the dry heat's not so bad. I was in Palm Desert quite a few years ago, and I remember sitting outside in the sun with my hair down. I wasn't sweating.
No.
It was great.
That's because it was so hot you were sweating, but it was just evaporating so
because
fast.
of the dry heat. No,
Yeah.
I definitely was sweating, but I didn't feel it.
But the thing is, you can go from sun to shade, and you'll feel a difference.
Yeah.
But when you're in hot, humid weather, There's very little difference between the shade. It is really bad. But, every place you go has its pluses and its minuses, and that's really what we look for when we go places. First, a place that we haven't been before. We like going to different places.
Yeah.
And then once we get there, we kind of see what they have to offer, because, like I said, everywhere's different.
That's awesome.
That's
cool. Great. I mean, like I said, it takes a lot to just be able to do that kind of thing. It's very strenuous, because a lot of families, I mean, I'm not saying a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a military family. I mean, I've had military friends, and I had a great uncle who was in the military, who actually died overseas. He's buried overseas. But, it takes a certain kind of person to do that kind of traveling.
Yeah.
And to be okay with, when you've gone to deployment, and to be okay with you being away for so long. I give her props, because it takes a strong lady to do that.
Yeah, that's no joke. Strong.
She obviously likes you a little bit anyway.
A little bit. She keeps me around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to text Mama Maggio, mainly because when she forgets that I'm recording down here, you'll hear the door open and she'll yell downstairs. It's the funniest thing, but she doesn't like being caught recording all the time, so I'm just going to let her know to be mindful when she comes home.
It's very considerate.
But we won't be on I won't keep you on for too long.
All right.
So the other thing I wanted to touch base with is the fact that you're a runner.
I am.
And there are a lot of people, obviously, in the world that run, not me.
All right.
I don't like running from my mailbox to the front door. So I usually walk, because it's too long. And if I run, I'll be exhausted. No,
I hear you.
No, I'm just that lazy. So you, this year was your second year, and you also did it a few years ago. You were in the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, I ran it
So
this year.
one of my questions is, and I didn't even know this actually until recently, that you have to qualify. Like, what do you have to do to just get into this? Because you can't just say, I want to run it,
no,
and you get in. You have to qualify.
So you have minimum times based on age groups.
Okay.
So obviously the younger you are, the faster you have to run it. I'm fortunate enough now that I'm old enough that it's easier for me to qualify. But
oh, that's sad too.
I know. Yeah, that's enough. But my qualifying time would have been good from the previous year age group too. But yeah, so I qualified for it. I qualified for it 3 different times. The first time I qualified, the timing didn't work out. I wasn't going to be here, so I wasn't able to do it.
Oh, okay. Because you can't just pick a year and come. You have to actually get the time.
Yeah, and they don't do deferment. So if you can't run it, you just don't run it. They're not going to push you to the next year.
That stinks.
Yeah. So.
But so many people want to do it, so I guess.
Yeah, and it's really, that's the thing, is that that's for a lot of runners, that's the pinnacle. Is Boston. So I was fortunate enough to be able to qualify for it a few times. And I'm qualified for next year too.
You are?
Yeah, but
that's awesome.
But I won't be able to run it next year.
Oh man!
But
so it is really going to be another 6 years till I see you again, probably.
It might be. Well, no, the year after, I'll see if I can qualify for it, and I'll be back.
Oh, we could do a follow-up episode.
Yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that is as Boston has the most energy of any run that I've ever run. I mean, from start to finish. There are people just lining the course the whole way. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, you get that in a lot of places. Like I run Disney three times.
Oh, and it's Disney.
Disney's amazing. It really is the happiest place on earth.
It is.
But when you run through there's crowds here and there, and they're very energetic, and it's a great place because every mile there's different characters that you can see and get pictures with and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So it's entertaining, and it's pretty flat, but
Boston's not flat.
Boston is not flat, but the crowds are absolutely incredible in Boston. There's never been a marathon I've run that can compare. Yeah. It's just absolutely amazing. Plus, I get to come home, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, and then you get to see the crew, and me.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, obviously that's the highlight.
That's the first thing. That's like
I know.
I have my list of things that I'm going to do while I'm home.
April's one of them.
Seeing April is one of them. You're going to get me in trouble.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, whatever.
It's just because A starts everything.
Right, I understand. Alphabetically.
Yeah, I get butt dialed constantly because my name starts with A.
Right.
I think it's hilarious. My friends call. My friend Chris does it, not all the time, but when he does, I'll just stay on the phone. And I'll start singing and making noises and pressing buttons to see if they actually figure it out. Most of them don't. My friend Dolly does it. So I just sit there and listen, and I'm like, oh, if they're going to start talking smack about me, I'm right there. So
You ready for it?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for almost anything.
Good for you.
Almost anything.
Right.
You know, but so... So I'm like really happy that you came over. Like I'm so because like I said, this was not an anticipated episode at all.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I figured because I know with this thing that I got myself hooked up with, I know I can do like call-ins.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't figured that part out. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I
Right.
know I can. And I'm thinking, because one of the things when I told you that I would be doing, I'm like, oh, he would be great to have as a call-in, talk about certain things. Because you, like I said, you've lived a very interesting life, a very fascinating life between the military and running and traveling everywhere. And like I said, you have, all this show for and a beautiful family and all this stuff. So I knew you'd be an interesting guest. But who knew you'd be here right now.
Right? Not even a call
in the lounge. Like what I did there.
Yes, I do. Turn into call it the lounge from now on.
I wanted to keep
not
you
the
all
layer.
comfortable. I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. Not right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Later.
Later.
I got you.
Yeah. Later on. No, anyway, so other than that, I mean, things are good.
Yes.
Things are good for me too, As you can tell, I'm
this...
killing it with the podcast. I probably have 10 listeners now.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, once this one goes live, you probably double the amount of listeners. You're welcome.
Well, all of Scott's military friends, and it's funny because I don't see your name and what state you're from. Well, you're from everywhere.
Right.
So, Scott from the world.
Originally from Massachusetts, but
you're transplanted to Hawaii, Colorado, Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas,
Virginia,
Washington, D.C. So, but no, seriously, tell your military friends if they want. I would love if they tuned in because, drop me a line or whatnot. I would completely give them shout outs down there. I would love it.
Yeah, I'll drop a link on my Facebook.
That'd be cool.
Can I do that?
I think so.
All right. I'll see if I can.
I think you can. I hope so.
And then everybody will be all like, hey, April, calling in. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Or maybe first-time listener.
What did you say to me when we were talking one time? What did you say?
First-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that's funny. This was a 3-year project. Yeah. 3 years ago, I thought of this.
And look at this.
It's, Well, I mean, I didn't want it to take 3 years. It just kind of happened that way.
Right. When you're dragging your feet and being
No,
procrastinator.
it's the money.
Yeah, it's always
I'm always poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I went on an interview down at the Cape as a morning show co-host, and I obviously didn't get the job. They went with somebody really, really high profile. Someone was on TV and everything, and she ended up quitting anyway. But
see that? You wouldn't have quit.
I would have still been there.
Yeah, you'd still be
unless
there.
they fired me.
Say good morning, Cape Cod, or whatever you say for your opening line.
Oh my gosh, what was the station? I don't even remember. WCOD down at the Cape.
Oh.
But I loved it. But it was funny about it as I think that I needed to have that interview because it really is what got me doing or thinking about the podcast. Because, like I was telling you earlier, the river, I did a lot of stuff there, but, it's really hard to get on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And, you get that opportunity, you jump on it or whatnot, and I just hadn't had that opportunity yet. I almost did once when we had one of those snowstorms, and I was going to do a couple of live weather broadcasts, but the snow ended up kind of fizzling out, so it wasn't on it. Yeah, I know.
Even the weather wasn't on your side.
Yeah, the snow had to stop.
So unfair.
Whatever. But, yeah, it really was unfair. But no. So you remember Pump Up the Volume?
I do. I love that movie. Christian Slater.
Oh, love that movie. And I remember watching that movie. It was probably about 2 weeks after my interview, and I hadn't really officially heard, but I knew I didn't get the job, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But that interview kind of made the fire in my belly more of like an inferno. Mm-hmm. And then I watched that movie, and I was like...
You could be Happy Harry Hard-On.
Happy Harry Hard-On.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Except I'm a chick.
Right, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you'd be like the
do a play with words there. What should we call me?
The female version of Happy Harry Hard-On.
Well, I'm the female version of Good Luck Chuck. We were talking about that earlier. It seems like every guy you date, you find the girl of your dreams afterwards. So, call me.
There you go.
Tell your friends.
You get a lot of dates that way.
Hey, at least a lot of first dates with dinner paid.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's a lot of nights
Win-win.
It is. And
you don't have to worry about that awkward second date.
Yeah.
Is he going to call me back? Who cares?
I don't care.
Moving right along.
Don't even, just...
Next.
Yeah, Facebook message, not even. You're not even going to be my friend on Facebook.
That's right.
You got to earn that spot.
It's going to require at least 3 dates.
Yeah, you can have my phone number, but you can't be my friend on Facebook. No, I'm sorry. You just can't sit with us. But, yeah, no, Yeah, that would be great. A lot of dinners, But yeah, the awkward second date.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
How am I going to end the first date that I know that I'm not going to want a second date? Like, how do I even end that? Just say I'll be right back and go to the ladies' room?
Yeah, may as well just put out, get something out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I probably should. I probably would be in a lot better mood.
Right?
Yeah, because I'm a total bitch all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it has been a while.
Yeah, poor girl.
Long time. Everybody on the in online land now knows it's been a long time.
Yeah. Just put it out there. Good
put
for
it
you.
out there. Put it out there. Although I do have to admit, and I used to make, I made this joke a lot. I stopped doing that. So I'm not actually saying it again, but I'm the epitome of saying, the universe hears you, what you're saying, and it's going to listen and may, be careful what you say because you might just get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to make the joke all the time that I wasn't looking for Mr. Right. I was looking for Mr. Right Now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Right Now presented himself twice to me within a year span, and neither one of them was anything, and I turned them both down. One of them was a guy that I used to hang out with. We were friends for a long time, and it was just kind of one of those things where it was kind of like a friends with benefits, but I would never want to date him, be his girlfriend, because he drove me crazy, but better friends type of thing.
Right.
He calls me out of the blue a couple of years ago, and wants to apologize to me for hurting me back in the day. I'm like, okay, what did you do? Am I not aware of something? Should I be mad now? Like, I mean, I know what's 20 years...
Was it one of his 12 steps? Is that why he's calling you?
I don't know. I have no idea, but the thing is this, right? So I was out with friends, and he had texted me. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I said, I'm out with dinner, and I'm like, about to hit home. He's like, oh, do you want to, grab a cup of coffee? I was like, yeah, all right, sure. I hadn't seen him in 20 years, mind you. And it was like it was 20 years ago. The guy was insisting on hooking up, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, no, I'm good. Let's just... And he's like, you're not the people you... So he said, no, I'm old, for one, and I've been there, done that.
Right.
I'm like... And it got to the point where he wasn't, like, forcing himself on me, but he was just being kind
insistent.
I said, listen, I'm going to punch you in your face if you don't stop talking to me. I said, this is the kind of conversations we had when we were 20. He goes, but you're not the funny part. I said, no, I'm a boatload of fun. I'm an amusement park. I said, but I'm 45, and I said, 20 years, this is a conversation you want to have with me? Seriously? So I was like, no, I'm good. But I could have had him at any time I ever wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then another guy, maybe 6 months later, and I met him through a job, and I thought he was actually interested. And I don't know if it was maybe some of the things that I said, because I'm very casual, and people are like, oh, what are you looking for? Because at the time, I really wasn't sure. Like, I'm not saying I'm looking to get married. I mean, if it happens, it happens. Whatever. I'm not necessarily looking for a serious relationship, but I think I'm just trying to find somebody that I know I can invest time with. I would like to grow old with somebody. Whatever is supposed to happen will happen, but I'm not, like, forcing it,
Right.
So he decides to reach out to me through LinkedIn, and then we talked, and he basically told me what he wanted to do with me.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow, you weren't kidding when you said you wanted to tell me a few things that you couldn't tell me before. And, like, we kind of flirted a little bit, but it was kind of like it was innocent flirting. Like, he said I went to where he said I looked pretty at work. I was like, oh, thanks. He was like, I hope I'm not making you uncomfortable. And I made the joke, because I turn everything into a joke. I was like, no. I said, it's been about 4 years since I've had a compliment, so no, you're fine. Joking around, because I wasn't uncomfortable, but I could see that maybe he thought he might have done something wrong, because I was at work. And I said, no, you're fine. I said, you said I look nice. It's all right.
Yeah, well,
like, you can't even say,
being careful.
You can't even say you look nice at work. What's sexual harassment? It's like,
people are a bunch
of
crybaby bitches. Oh,
everybody is. No. Online you can say anything.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh wow, that being
Had
said.
I known. Say a couple words.
That's the battle. No,
that's right.
But no, and so he kind of presented himself in a way, and I had, and I was talking when I was at work. I was like, well, I really can't talk. He's like, do you want to? I said, we'll go back to text. And then he made a comment about how he liked a certain body part of mine, but he was kind of colorful with his term. I said, that's a little too much.
Yeah. I
said, I was trying to keep. I said, but what was nice about him is he backed off. Because I always tell people, I said, the second you cross the line with me, I will tell you, if you continue, we have a problem.
Right.
He completely backed off. He apologized. Didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks, and he reached out to me again. He goes, I just want to see how you're doing and say hi. And I'm like, oh, good. How are you? Because I'm not going to be mad. The guy, he's not a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
That I know. I got the vibe from him that he's a decent person. His approach just sucked.
Right.
And he used the wrong tactic. But it could have been maybe because I was so, I don't know what I want, and I wanted to be casual, and I don't know if I want a serious relationship. So, I mean, it could have been maybe he misinterpreted me too.
Right.
But that, all of that, those two Mr. Rights basically told me that I'm not looking for a Mr. Right now.
Right.
I do want somebody that's more of a Mr. Right. But, at the same time, it's like it's the trust thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my last boyfriend was my friend for like 5 or 6 years. And then it kind of evolved into a kind of a friends that were more than friends. And then it turned into a relationship. The problem was an age difference.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted children, and I was approaching 40, and I always said I never wanted to start trying to have kids in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And at his rate, I would have been probably given birth at 45, and I was like, yeah, you know what? And I kind of came to terms with myself. I said, I don't want kids biologically.
Right.
I love kids. I just don't need to own any.
Yeah. When you say own like that, it makes it sound like slavery.
I know, but I was just kidding. Biologically own them. You know what I mean?
They're mine.
Well, technically, they'll always your babies.
That's right. And they'll technically have to clean your house when you tell them to.
Yeah,
until they move out, so... Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. Not all kids do that.
No, none of mine. None of mine do, so...
Really?
No.
Do you clean?
I do.
Do you make Dawn do it?
I make her do it when I'm not around.
Well, obviously, because we would do it if
I
you weren't
don't
around.
make her do anything.
No, I know. I don't see her the kind of person that you would make,
No.
I think you guys complement each other quite nicely, I think.
We do.
Yeah.
We most definitely do. She's a very patient person.
Well, she does. She's married to you.
Right. She's developed that over years of having to deal with me, so...
it's not something you're born with. It's a skill that you have to...
It's one you acquire over time with patience, trial and error.
Yeah. No, that's funny.
Yeah.
But, that's kind of where I'm at. But I'll tell you, though, I don't regret the decision about the whole kid thing.
Yeah.
I would have made a great mom. I'm great with kids. But I'm also very well aware of... I'm not old and set in my ways, but I like the fact that at any given time I can do pretty much anything I want.
Yeah.
And I don't look at it as children hold you back. That's not why I'm saying. That's not what I mean.
That's kind of exactly what you were saying. That's what you just said. I can do what I want.
Tie me down
because I don't have those kids.
Those darn cinder blocks tied to every toe. In your case, they are.
Almost every toe.
Yeah, almost every toe.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. My cat was my pinky toe, and now she's a kitty. She went over the double rainbow bridge.
Oh,
baby.
You know they don't really go over Rainbow Bridge, right?
They do.
They don't.
They do, and it's covered in glitter.
Yep.
It is. Did you see the glitter on the carpets in here?
No.
That's done on purpose, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I love glitter.
I didn't notice that.
For one. And see this here? I'll show you how much I love glitter. Because I was going to put more glitter on the carpets, but this is glitter glue. I bought the wrong item. I use glitter when I paint. Too.
Reading is tricky.
Huh?
Reading is tricky. If you would have just read the thing,
I was never very good at it.
Glue.
Reading comprehension. But no, I'm just used to living a certain way. I'm just, I did date someone who had a son,
mm-hmm.
and we were together for just under a year, but I spent more time with his kid because the father was too busy playing video games. It was like he was looking for an Instamom.
Yeah, someone to watch his kid while he does what he wants.
Yeah, and when he came over to my apartment, this is when I lived in Hampton, he would come over, and all he wanted to do was play video games, and me and his son, we would go out and do stuff. I lived in Hampton, so we'd go to the beach and stuff like that. I couldn't get him to come out, and I'm like... And I said to him once, I said, you want to go to a movie? And he said, I can't, I have my son. I said, listen, you and I have been together for like 7 months. We haven't done anything alone yet. Because he was a single father. The mother kind of took off. Okay, I get it. And, couldn't even, I'm like, you know what? Mm-mm. When we broke up, I missed his son more than him.
Yeah.
Because I had more of a bond with his kid. I mean, I don't mind finding somebody who has children. If they're young children, I would probably prefer not meeting them right away.
Right.
Because I would want to make sure that me and the father are going in a certain direction, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mess with the kids' heads. They're, I don't want them to get all confused and stuff. But, whatever. I mean, I'm open-minded. I think I'm in a place now. because, you know, I have a job that I like, you know, and I'm a firm believer that everything happens when it's supposed to. And for a long time, I've been trying to get, you know, my career, but in a position where, you know, financially, I'm not like financially in good standing, but I'm in a better place than I was my whole life. I kind of, everything I've been through got me to this position.
Right.
You know, so I can actually save money and pay bills with money left over, things like that, you know, and I don't have to work 2 jobs. I got this little thing going here. It's, you know, my creative side, and I do the thing at the TV station. You saw that. And
Yeah.
so, you know, I have my creative side up, but now it's like, in my AP manager, she's like, well, now that those pieces have fallen into place, maybe the romantic piece will fall. I said, you never know.
There you go. You never
That's
know.
my pitch. So make sure you tell all of your single, cute military friends.
How do I
Single.
know?
They have to be single.
No, I got that. But how will I know if they're cute?
That's a good point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some good-looking guys out there.
Yeah.
You know, I see him like, that's a good-looking guy. I'd fuck him. But,
The mouth. You can't say F word.
I can't say that for it.
No, I'm kidding.
I can say
You
anything.
I know.
I was going to drop the C-bomb, but I decided.
Ooh, that's a...
No? No?
That one I don't even like.
Oh, come on. It's just a
Although-
word.
Although I do have a friend that always teases me and says that to me. I said, listen, no woman likes to be called that, even if you're kidding.
Here's what I found out. Guys don't like that either. They get confused when you call them that. If you drop the C-bomb on them, you call them that. They
Really?
go, what? What did you say? Like, what? Me? That's how they look when you call them that.
It's like you really hurt them.
Me?
I thought it was, no, I'm trying to think. What is one of the ones that guys hate being called? What do you hate being called?
I don't.
Nice?
Yeah. I don't hate being called anything. If you call me something, it's probably because I deserved it. So,
Really?
yeah.
You?
I know.
Scott.
But rarely does anyone ever call me anything mean.
I never had
mean
really
person.
anything mean to say about you.
See?
I mean, not to my
Not
recollection.
or
I mean,
not
I'm
to my
old.
face.
Oh, no, I would totally tell you to your face.
No, I know you would.
Well, maybe
but-
back then I wouldn't. But now I would, because I don't
Yeah.
care.
Right. I get it.
No, I don't really think I could ever think of saying anything negative about you.
Yeah.
I always thought the world of you.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
I won't.
All right,
I'll keep it to
you
myself.
guys out there, don't say anything.
Yeah. Both of you.
I told you it was 10.
Sorry.
Not quite a dozen.
Almost a dozen, though. 3
Maybe
more.
after this show.
3 more, you'll have a baker's dozen.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
That'd be great.
That would be.
Yeah, just what I
something.
need. A baker's dozen, of anything. I'm trying to think. Well, the only thing I always used to get bakers is when I go to Heavenly Donuts. Once in a while, I bring a dozen donuts to work.
Heavenly Donuts does really good donuts.
Have you had their glazed croissant?
No.
Do you like croissants? Do you like croissants?
I do like croissant, but I usually just
Do you like glazed?
eat donuts. When I go to a donut place, I get donuts.
Well, yeah, I don't normally do too until I got into
The
the
glazed croissant.
glazed croissant. Yeah. Well, when you get them when they're really fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and when I used to go to Brighton on Saturdays, once a month, I would go there at 4 o'clock. Because I was maybe just after 4 because I'd get gas. But it
In the
was
morning?
Right at, yeah, because I started at 6. Well, I get... What was that? Was that the fake throw up? Yeah.
Yes.
Throw up a little bit.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm one of those people that likes to get to work at least a half an hour early.
Right.
On purpose.
No, I agree. I like
I
being
can't
early.
stand it.
I
If
hate
I'm on
being
time
late.
to work, I feel like I'm late. But when I'm on time to work, there's a reason. So I would go to Brighton. I'd get there at like 5. I didn't really start till 6. But I would do my stuff. And I would I'd get my work done, and then I'd sit there till 10. But I would go to Heavenly and get a glazed croissant. Croissant.
Croissant.
Oh
No,
my
I-
God. And when they were really fresh, I mean, they're $3. So they're expensive to begin with. But when you get them on the right, oh my God.
They're worth it.
So worth it. I got the kid I used to work with hooked. I'd bring him one once in a while. Like, dude, it's glazed croissant Saturday. He'd be all excited.
Yeah, I'm willing to pay extra for quality.
Yeah.
if
But I
something's
do,
good.
I mean, I'm always a fan of their donuts. I love the chocolate frosted cake. They're
Yeah.
glazed.
See?
What's your favorite?
Dunkin' Donuts used to do really good donuts.
Their
and then
donuts.
they went downhill. Back in the day, you could get some, like you get those chocolate cream filled ones, and they were filled with cream.
Oh, with the powdered sugar
with
on
the powdered
right?
sugar on top, but now you get them and you take that bite off the top and there's nothing in the middle of it. It's like they're just like,
And it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
They're not
and
usually
they're not fresh.
Not the greatest.
It's hugely disappointing.
You know who actually has really good donuts? market baskets or the markets that have the bakeries in them.
Yeah.
If you go in the morning, like I once in a blue moon, when I would come home from Brighton, I would go to the North End. Or sometimes I would just grab a few things if I was going to cook for the weekend or something. And sometimes I would go by the bakery. But their donuts, they're big.
Mm-hmm.
And they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious. I was like, wow, these are not bad at all.
Yeah.
And they got that whole case. It's filled with stuffed muffins. And
I'm a Boston cream.
I like
my
Boston
favorite
cream.
donut. Boston
That's your
cream.
favorite?
Yeah. And close second is the chocolate cream filled.
Yeah. I'm
pretty delicious. I'm a chocolatey kind of person, though.
See, I love chocolate, but I do love, I would have to say the glaze was always a favorite, and the chocolate frosted.
Yeah.
And I like the chocolate frosted on the old-fashioned style donut.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing says good than a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
That you warm in the microwave for like 10 seconds. You have to eat it with a fork. Dude, seriously,
or
you
if
have
you
to
just
try it.
or if you just get one that's already hot at the bakery.
Well, yeah.
That's always a plus.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that'd be great, but not everybody can get there at that time.
Right at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
On the way to Brighton.
That would be me. This girl right here.
Are we still talking about that? 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, actually, not now that I don't work for them anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, well... Yeah, that was the shift. It would have been a little too much, and with everything, but my manager was great. He was a really nice guy. So I technically, because it was originally Entercom Communications, and then they did there was like a whole merge thing that went on, blah blah blah, and then some of the stations were iHeartMedia. So I was technically iHeartMedia, and I've been wanting to get into iHeartMedia for forever and a day, but I'm like, now that I'm in, I'm like, oh, I can't. Who knew?
Yeah, see that? Careful what you wish for.
No. Well, you know what it is, too, is because now, like, with this whole 3-year thing, I still having a hard time saying to myself, oh, my God, I'm actually still doing, like, I'm actually broadcasting now. Like, because before it was turning this, like, I painted the ceilings, we added the extra, we closed out the ceiling, added the heat, that was donated, this was given to me, but all the stuff I had, and just turning it into what it is, and getting equipment, and it was just like, and then with the trademark, that kind of sent me back a boatload of cash, because then eventually, like I said, I got the lawyer, because they killed it. Oh my God. A friend of mine dealt with this particular lawyer, and referred me to him, so I reached out, and I said, here's everything I've done, all my research, everything, this is what I've run into. Now, I had a 2-page rebuttal against the USPTO as far as why they should trademark me. But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to lose this battle, so I decided to suck it up and pay the lawyer the money. Well, let me just tell you, their 2-page rebuttal was so much better than mine. I mean, that's why they take your whole paycheck.
That's right. It's a good thing you
it
didn't.
It literally costs $50 for a phone call.
Yeah, see, it's a good thing you didn't send them yours, because then they would have sent you theirs, and they'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, forget everything she just said. Then they would have had to do damage control before they could even do their job. So that's why they get paid the big bucks. Then.
Really, and I don't. Yeah. But yeah, they got me the trademark, and but now I'm at the release forms and everything, and now I'm like, okay, I'm at the point where I need to market myself and promote myself. But that means I need free time to do this. I need to schedule. Like I said, this was kind of an impromptu, surprise, an awesome surprise. I'm still like. Yay. Glitter-eyed that you're sitting here. I love the fact that you're here. I think it's really cool. But now it's like, I want this to get bigger. I'm not saying it's going to turn into this gigantic thing and I'm going to be like super huge, but I just, I'm doing this because I want to entertain people and whatever, and just, put a microphone in front of me, I'll shut up.
Yeah.
As you've seen already.
I have.
Yeah. But I saw you yawn about a minute ago, and I know you've been super busy, so...
Yeah, it's been a long day.
I don't
long
want
few
to...
days.
Huh?
I said, yeah, it's been a long day. Long few days.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up, I think, so that we can just chit-chat, on the down low.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't yawning because we were boring or anything.
That's what you were doing.
I'm getting old. You know how it is. You get old, you get tired.
I have no idea. You're older than me.
I know.
Wait, are you?
I am older than you.
How old are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'll tell you how old I am.
I already know how old you are.
How old?
You're going to be 46 in September.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
September what?
19th?
Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
22nd. Close.
23rd.
Closer.
24th. 25th.
Go.
26.
Keep going.
27.
There's only a
28.
few more days left.
29.
No.
30.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea when your birthday is.
That's right.
July 19th.
Nope.
27th. August 7th.
No.
September. January 17th.
Nope. If you start on January 1st and you work your way down,
I'll eventually find it.
it'll close. It's closer to the
Does
end
the
of the
month
year.
begin with J?
No.
F. M.
Nope. Nope.
O.
Nope.
Did I say N?
You didn't.
November.
Yes.
'Cause it's the only month. Oop, Mom must be home. That's the cat singing the song of her people.
Aww.
Oh, she's cute.
Sounds like she got trapped in a mousetrap or something.
Dude, you don't even understand. It's so loud.
Yeah, that's no joke. Holy moly. Hello.
November 27th.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I knew that. See, I told you I knew your birthday.
Right.
It was right on. Crushed it.
Crushed it.
So, again, thank you for coming over.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
This was awesome.
Agreed.
I can't wait to see you in 6 more years.
Right. Next time I run Boston, I'll come by.
That would be good. And then, once I get the whole phone thing going, I will have you be a call-in.
All right.
Long-time listener, first
time
second,
caller.
third-time caller.
Third time, yeah, whatever.
All right. And we'll be seeing you on the lily pad.